Hello and welcome to Soul Healing by Hina Gutka. And today I'm starting this new session called the Heart and Soul Transformation Sessions. These are weekly recurring sessions. They're complementary to join, and today is the first one of many to come. And what are these sessions? So for those who are new to the journey, understanding what soul healing is about. So these sessions will explain what soul healing is in very simple terms. Then learning simple techniques, soul healing, self-healing techniques that you can apply in your daily life to create wellness, to create balance, calmness, equanimity. Then you can experience some blessings. So I have a lot of levels of soul healing empowerments. So we are going to be, over the weeks, experience some of these blessings. And you can ask questions, receive clarity on anything you're unsure about. Finally, just building a soulful community that transforms together and grows together. So I hope you guys will enjoy all the sessions that I'm going to be sharing now and in the future. So let's begin with understanding what soul healing is all about. So healing occurs in many ways. It could be physical, it could be emotional, mental, spiritual. All methods have their different ways of healing. Medical science has a different way of applying healing. Most of the time, medical science uses sort of energy matter levels. So even when they prescribe you medicine or have a surgery or procedure, operation, it applies that technique, that technology on the energy and matter levels, which is the body. And then nowadays, obviously, some people recommend you to go even further to work on your mental body, which is we've understood from many practitioners, many doctors as well. They do refer you to sort of go and have a consultation with probably a psychotherapist or a practitioner that applies mental health. So that will actually help you even further. But within the holistic journey, a lot of meditation, mindfulness techniques are being introduced within the world. So sometimes what happens within all of those techniques, you still, let's say it's a pain, backache, headache, migraines, you're prescribed or you buy over-the-counter medication, but it only helps you temporarily, and the headache keep on returning. After like 2-3 hours, you have to retake the medicine to sort of transform that pain wherever the pain is occurring in your body. Sometimes with the operations, with the surgeries, you may have long-term relief, but short-term, you may have a lot of pain because you're still recovering. Mindfulness meditation may help you further with the use of affirmations, etc. So what is soul healing and why does it help you even further? So the soul healing applies a technique where you're transforming negative information that's causing your pain. So every aspect of your life has negative and positive, and whatever's causing your challenge and pain is through the negative information. And there's always the root cause of all of these information. And within soul healing, it's a spiritual concept, it's a holistic healing concept, and all the information is believed to be stored at the soul level. So every aspect of your life has a soul, and the soul is the boss. And when there's negative information that is linked somehow and it could be interlinked to other situations as well, which could be emotional and mental related. It could be physical, it could be relationships, it could be finances, etc. Sometimes they're interlinked, but it's the core idea or the core thought is the negative information is causing you that ripple effect. So within soul healing, when you are transforming, you're going deeper than the matter, energy, and even mind levels. You transform at the heart and the soul levels. That's why this particular session is called the heart and soul transformation. It makes you go deeper into why and where is the root cause of it. And within soul healing, sometimes you don't even need to know where the root cause is. As long as you sort of apply that, those affirmations, the techniques, the self-healing, soul healing techniques by saying hello to the soul of the aspect, automatically you are also saying hello to the root cause. So as we go through the journey, and especially if you are joining me sort of weekly, you'll find out the deeper meaning of why soul healing goes deeper and why applying these techniques at that level helps you transform every aspect of your life. And welcome, Dee. We've just started explaining what soul healing is basically. So I've just explained a few sort of concepts and levels. So there's many levels of healing, including medical science, medical healing, which applies at the matter and energy levels. Then over the years, we've also introduced the mental side of things. So they're using psychotherapy or even holistic ways like meditation, mindfulness. So that applies on the mind level. It also transforms energy and matter level. But sometimes the root cause is not addressed when you are applying. Even those techniques you're applying, they give you temporary results. And what I've realized over the time that I've been a practitioner and applying soul healing techniques, they go much deeper because they address the root cause of any aspect, which is really centered in the soul of every aspect. So as per Dr. and Master Jigong Shah, who's a writer, he's a doctor, allopathic doctor. He's a master of a lot of Eastern art forms. He's also a TCM doctor. He explains how the soul is the boss. He's written a lot of books about this, explaining, and a lot of techniques within the book. Some of them are at the background. You can see them. But he's written over 40 books, and many of them have reached New York Times, the bestseller lists. More than 11 books have. And his sort of teaching in all of these books is the soul is the boss. And when you transform at the soul level, which is a holistic approach, which is a spiritual holistic approach, and it's not linked to religion, it is applicable to every religion. He just explains how every aspect of your life, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, your relationships, your finances, even physical spaces like your home, they all have a soul and they have information. And the information is what needs to be transformed. So negative information causes you negative challenges within various levels of your life. And positive brings about good health and abundance. So within soul healing, we apply this technique and the information transforms at 5 different levels, which is, and it includes the energy, matter, and mind levels, but it starts at the root cause, which is the soul. Then it moves down to the heart, which is the receiver of information. Then it moves down to the mind, the energy, and the matter levels. So it covers 5 levels of information. That is why the transformation happens deeper than just, as I explained earlier. If I'll send out the recording to people, but if you have a headache or a pain, physical pain, and you take a paracetamol, It only works on the energy matter levels, and it will be temporary, maybe about 2 to 3 hours. If you take a Nurofen, you might get more relief, but it's still temporary, and the level of pain comes back depending on how deep the pain is. If it's a migraine, for those who suffer from migraines, you know that the pain is quite deep. So within the powerful techniques of soul healing, thank you, Dee, I've also sort of managed to help people with migraines as well. Transform that, the energetic pain and excess energy within those levels. So, I'm going to explain how the spiritual levels of soul, heart, mind, energy, matter levels help us transform even deeper. And the scientific terminology, which has been defined or described and co-created by Dr. Rulin Shu, who's a physicist, and Dr. and Master Jigong Sha. They have co-created Tao science, and they explain how the spiritual levels, that is the soul, heart, mind, energy, matter levels, how they apply using those quantum science sort of the terminology, how the information passes through those levels of any aspect of your life. So the soul is described as the warehouse of all information. So it carries all the information, whether it is negative or positive. It carries all the information about every aspect of any aspect of our lives. So it's recorded within the soul. So within our lives, we have like a bigger soul that records everything. But within that, we have got, within our soul, we've got like chapters of information as well. So our heart will have a different chapter. Our mind will have a different chapter. Our pancreas, our legs, our migraines, everything will have a chapter within that big warehouse of the soul. And each of those chapters will have different information depending on the person, depending on the individual, right? So the soul in quantum science is described as the warehouse of all information. It's like a big server where you have different sort of computers stored within, and information and folders and etc. You've got drives, etc. And then the information is passed on to the heart level. This is the spiritual heart, not your physical heart. The heart level is the receiver of information. So whenever sort of, let's say if you have negative information, especially unbalanced emotions, example is when somebody does something to you, you instantly sort of think, oh, so-and-so did this to me. But when the negative information is stored at the heart level, you're receiving that information, then it's very hard to sort of transform. But with the techniques of soul healing, we're going to be sharing how you can clear that information at all these 5 levels. So I'm just going to stop here and say it was difficult to find the link, which I raise as not sure if others also have had that difficulty. Yes, sorry, Karen, you have to register. And then once you register, you have the link to all the sessions. So it is a registration, a pre-registration required. So thank you for bringing that up. So yes, thank you, Karen. So let's continue. So the 5 levels of information now moves on to the receiver, which is the heart, sends the information to the spiritual mind. The mind is the processor of information. So let's say, from my last example, if somebody does something bad to you and you hang on to it, so-and-so did this to me, then the mind is processing that negative information and saying, oh, so-and-so did this to me. So it's obviously up to you how you process the information and then transform it. Sometimes, obviously, we transform it in a negative way. right? So coming up to the next two levels, the energy is the mover of information. So every aspect of our lives, also like every aspect of our lives has a soul. So they have all these five levels as well. So even within a relationship, let's say if two people have a relationship with a professional, personal, and then there's a negative information passing on. So it starts at the warehouse. There's a relationship has a soul. Then the heart of the relationship receives the information, whether it's negative or positive, and then the mind processes that whatever information is going in that relationship. The energy of the information or the relationship moves, and finally the body of the relationship transforms the information. So when there's a lot of negative happening in a relationship, then you will see that's the information to and fro moving, and but it's passing on as well, vertically, soul, heart, mind, and body coming down. And whatever you're recording, you're talking horizontally to the person, but vertically also recording it in your warehouse, the soul. So it is such a complicated situation, but it happens within seconds. And what is soul healing about? Soul healing in a nutshell is transform the negative information in all aspects of your life at the root cause, at the warehouse level, at the soul level, to positive, and that's what will then ripple effect go down. It's a domino effect. It'll go down through those levels, and you will see the transformation. Whether it's that relationship, whether it's a physical aspect like a headache, whether it's a emotional aspect if you're going through sadness, grief, or a mental situation where you're sometimes it's related to the emotional. As I said, when the heart is receiving negative, the mental body is like, okay, I'm processing negative, but sometimes it's a medical condition. So it could be like Parkinson's, it could be like lack of focus because you're going through menopause. It could be any aspect which is related, and it's causing you situations in your mental body. And it could be a relationship, as I just gave you an example, or it could be your finances or your physical space as well. So feng shuiing your home, your business, etc., and your relationships with every aspect, whether it's personal, your children, it could be professional, so it could be your boss or your subordinate. Every aspect can be transformed using these practices that we're going to learn every week. So every week I'm going to be sharing different practices. So all I've done today is explained what soul healing is in a nutshell, why it is so important to be doing soul healing practices. Just try it out in your life. Because from my experience, which I didn't share obviously, from my experience, my journey with soul healing started when my chronic low back pain healed. So I was suffering for years. I was suffering and I was on literally 400 painkillers every year. And it wasn't about back pain. That was my major pain, but I used to have other pains like period pain. I had conditions in the uterus called adenomyosis and fibroids that cause very painful and very heavy periods. So all of those aspects I used to take because the doctor just said, you know what, try out painkillers for your chronic low back pain. So that was additional to the period pain. So in the end, I counted how many painkillers I used to have, about 400 painkillers every single year. Because I know I used to take, especially when my periods were on, I'd take a Nurofen, 2 hours later I'd take a paracetamol, 2 hours later, because you can. You can't take paracetamol every 2 hours, but you can take the Nurofen and in between. So I used to have those days, literally 5 days in the cycle. I used to be on those period painkillers. And when I discovered Tao healing, so I'd somehow gone to a health fair and they had a stall, and before then I'd had physio. I'd had physio, which temporarily reduced the pain for 6 months. So that day I was helping out and I was on my feet and the pain started, it reactivated again. And I was like, oh no, I haven't got painkillers on me right now because my car was very far away. I didn't carry much with me because I thought, oh, it's healed now. But unfortunately, it hadn't. So that day, I had a chance to try out something called Tao healing, which is the first level of soul healing. As a practitioner, this is the first level that you can receive. And to my amazement, I received the healing. I felt the heat. And I was like, okay, let's see how long this lasts because I've tried other modalities. I tried pranic healing and Reiki before for the same condition, the chronic lower back pain, but there weren't permanent results, even with those kind of healing. So I waited. I waited a couple of months to see what, and the pain didn't return. So I said, oh, okay, let's go to the introduction workshop then. And that is how I became a practitioner to help myself with all these. I had other issues as well, which I'll share over the weeks coming. And to my amazement, the chronic low back pain did not return. But as soon as I became a practitioner, something else happened. I was hit by another car. My car was hit by another car, and I suffered whiplash. So whiplash was going from my skull all the way down to my tailbone, and it was quite painful. And on approaching the NHS, they said, "Okay, we're gonna just send you the app. You do your own physio for 6 weeks or so and then come back to us if it doesn't work." But by then, lucky enough, I had become a practitioner. So I started applying the daily techniques that they were teaching and I was joining the sessions. And whenever, like today, we're going to do a practice and I'll also offer you a simple blessing for one of the physical aspect. We'll work on a physical aspect, especially if you've got any. And within 6 months, so February 2020, I had the accident. By March, before lockdown, March 2020, because this was just before the COVID lockdown, the pain had disappeared. The pain had been healed, and I did not need to go to NHS again to get proper physio. And that was the last time I had painkillers. So you can imagine now we're in December, nearly December 25. So that's nearly 5 years coming in the next March. It'll be nearly 5 years. I've been painkiller free. I haven't had it. I've probably had one or two because when I had a frozen shoulder, there's so many stories. The frozen shoulder has been healed now. Yeah. So I'm not joking about these things. So, Karen, now that you're on, if you can talk, do you want to ask a question or share a little bit before we begin with the practice that I'm about to share for a physical body, physical aspect of your life?
Uh,
If you,
okay, I can share. No, what I just meant about the thing was I couldn't find where to register. It took me about 5 or 6 minutes to keep playing around. I don't know how I found it in the end, just to let
oh,
you know
okay.
that I kept going into the Google Calendar and looking for it, and well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I have a problem with my shoulder. It's been since April. I've had osteopath 5 or 6, and now I'm having physio
Mm-hmm.
things. So, if is that what you want me to share? Your
That's
physical.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's your pain. And is it like a frozen shoulder? Is it,
I
do
don't
you
think
know?
it's a frozen shoulder. No, it's not all the time. It's if I stretch it out maybe in a certain way, or
Mm.
taking my bra on and off. That can be a bit painful. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Certain movements. Yeah,
Okay. And at this moment, how is it? How is it? How's the pain?
it's not all the time, so it's okay. I mean, I was traveling just now, and I think I might have done something so that might hurt me a bit. So it's not bad. It's kind of difficult. It's like when you pull back because it's like it's kind of it's not terrible, but it's I don't know how to explain it really.
Okay,
Mhm.
fine. That's great. So yeah, we're gonna work on the physical body. And have you got any questions? Anything else to say?
Not really, no.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Karen, for sharing. So yes, as I explained, I've been able to sort of transform many physical aspects over the years. Obviously, I've incurred pain. Um, last year I had a frozen shoulder as well, which normally takes 2 years to heal. But using the techniques as well as some blessings I received from higher level teachers and even Master Shah. So Master Shah came in March 25 to London, and he had a 2 day event. So I joined. I didn't ask particularly for the frozen shoulder because I have other chronic conditions. So I concentrated on that. But thereafter, it's because the field, the energy, the frequency, vibration in sort of a big group healing session like that, it really helps. And my frozen shoulder, it didn't even go this way before. And now it's like totally healed. Not even a little bit like, a little bit discomfort or it doesn't have. So that's sort of physical aspects. I've got many other stories like my hip pain, my ankle pain, and they keep on I can transform those aspects quite easily because I apply the techniques. So today we're going to use something called the 5 power techniques. There's 6 in total, and I'm just going to explain a little bit about the soul power, which is very unique to soul healing, and Master Shah has patented something called the say hello technique. This is where you sort of apply a soul to soul, heart to heart connection to any aspect. Today we're applying it to a physical pain. So if you have a physical pain, if you're watching the recording, if you have a physical pain, just concentrate on that physical pain. So we're going to apply this soul power. It's a say hello technique where we're, giving our love, our gratitude, and we're going to use an affirmation to help heal that and transform. So as soon as you apply soul power, it's going as deep as the warehouse of that particular pain. And then it will transform the information at those 5 levels. So the heart, mind, energy, and matter levels. So even your shoulder pain or whatever pain you're incurring right now has those 5 levels of information. But as soon as you say hello, because how many times, I mean, before I joined this journey of soul healing, I never used to say hello to any aspect of my life. I never used to say, dear my shoulder, I love you. Thank you for serving me. You have the power to transform this negative information. And that is the soul power we're going to apply today. So that alone helps you transform that negative information. But then we also use other techniques called the mind power. So you creative visualize, mind power is visualization of maybe a golden light going into that area. And it could be universal light. It could be, if you're a Tao healing practitioner, you can apply Tao light onto it. And today I'm going to be turning on one or two of my treasures. They are also Tao light. They've got Tao light, and send a blessing to whoever's receiving, or even in the recording, you will receive it the first time you do this recording, and you will see the transformation happening. So I'll do that at the end, but first we'll apply the self-healing techniques, which is what the empowerments are about, learning the techniques that will transform that area. Then there's the other power techniques are body power. So body postures, positions, mudras, or even holding. So placing your hand on your shoulder if it's hurting, placing your hand where you need the healing is where you receive the transformation. So that's body power. But you can place it anywhere. You can just place it on your heart chakra and visualize the mind in your shoulder. So that's where you place your mind as well. You'll receive healing. And just visualize the golden light going there. But you can, obviously, if you can get to the area, you can place the hand there. That is also key. So that helps you as well. When you have your hand there, then your mind is also where your hand is. Because it's sensory. It's a sensory touch as well that helps your mind actually connect to the shoulder. And then we have sound power, which is the use of beautiful mantras, positive sounds, affirmations as well. Even the word light, just simple light, can help transform. So you can use universal light as a mantra. And then we have breath power. Today we're not going to apply calligraphy power. Tao calligraphy is also very unique to the soul healing technology. It's unique to Dr. and Master Jigong Sha because he's the founder of Tao calligraphy. Today we're not going to apply it, but in the near future we'll start applying those techniques as well. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me if you're watching this recording. But Karen, if you have any questions, you can also, let me know. And let us sit up straight and let's apply this technique now for our one physical aspect. So whatever you've decided that you want to work on. And it could be something that's a physical pain or a chronic condition that you're working on. With chronic condition, you might just find that you're feeling the vibration and the heat in the organ, but you may not see the results instantly. But with a physical pain, you can obviously also feel the vibration as well as the results. Instantaneous. So initially, just let's place our hand on the heart chakra, one on the lower abdomen. Gently closing our eyes, and then we're going to say hello. That is the soul power to our inner souls. And we start as every aspect has a soul, heart, mind, energy, matter level. So we're going to use that. Dear the soul, heart, mind, energy, and matter levels of, now name that area that you want to work on. So it could be, as I said, a chronic condition. It could be a physical condition. So dear the soul, heart, mind, and energy matter levels of, I love you. You have the power to transform this pain, this negative information that is causing the pain, into positive, into relief. I'm so grateful. Thank you. So you're giving your love, the affirmation, and the gratitude. The gratitude can be in any form, any direction. It could be before the affirmation or after. I'm so grateful. Thank you. And sometimes as soon as you say that, you can start feeling that vibration. So now just place your hand wherever you need to. If it's your shoulder, leave one on the lower abdomen and one on the area that you want to transform. And just take a moment to see if there's any vibration already starting to form. And then we're going to apply universal light today. So we're just going to say, dear, that's the outer souls. We also say hello to the outer souls. Normally we invite a lot of other souls as well. But let's just use the universe and universal light. So dear the universe, dear universal light, I love you. Please, will you come and join us and help us to transform this pain, this challenge within. Now name that area. I'm so grateful to receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we're just going to say, universal light, heal my request. Or you could even, sing it in a song. But let's keep it simple. Let us just say, universal light, heal my request. And visualize that universal light, whether it's golden. Some people can see. They can see the light. But you're just visualizing the light coming from the universe, 360 degrees into the area that you've just requested. So universal light, please heal my request. 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 Thank you. And you can carry on. You can start off with 5 minutes of this mantra. But if it is a chronic condition, it'll require more transformation, like about half an hour to 2 hours even during the day. But it doesn't have to be in one sitting. You can do half an hour now, half an hour later, so that it's manageable for you. Because some of us, we also join other sessions, so that counts as practice. So if you're joining any other session, like today you're joining this session, so it counts as a practice. So, tomorrow you'll be joining another session, it counts as a practice. So you can apply every time you can transform that information. So carry on that particular mantra silently in your heart, in your mind. So universal light, please transform my request. And at the same time, I'm going to turn on some of the treasures. I'll turn on a heart treasure and a soul language treasure and offer a blessing to this area that you're requesting right now. So I'll silently do that as you're silently still chanting that mantra. Thank you. So I'm just going to start it. This is a one-time blessing you're receiving the first time you watch this recording. He o ya. Ya yo he yo. Ya he yo yo. Ya he yo he ya yo. He yo he ya. Ya yo he yo. How? And just take a long breath into your lower abdomen. And as you're breathing out, send love to this area. Just send it love. And take a moment to note any sensations, any vibrations in this area before and even after this blessing. Just see how you're feeling. And if you really had a pain, how has the pain shifted? Has it gone down? Is it still the same? It could be like, it's taking time to get to the matter level. It's passing through those 5 levels. Sometimes the pain can also go up. If you have a lot of blockages, they release excess energy. And excess energy causes about 85% of our pain and challenges. So, and then it does start dissipating afterwards. It just needs a release somewhere, and then it starts sort of transforming into like dissipating out from your system. So the example I give is when you're on a detox. So when you're on detox diet and you drink all this good stuff and then you see pimples coming out in your face, that is the toxins coming out to release from your body. And then as soon as, a week goes by and then, your face starts clearing up. So it's the same way with energy and the Tao soul healing as well. So just take a moment again. Listen to any vibration. Just note any temperature change as well. any tingling, anything. Everybody experiences it in a different manner within their system, their body. And let us just thank that particular aspect, either the soul, heart, mind, and body of, just name that area. Thank you so much. Please keep on healing. And dear universal light, dear the universe, we love you. Thank you. Thank you for helping us today. And just take a moment to open your eyes and just see how you're feeling. Share, if you can, Karen, how you're feeling. I was working on a chronic condition, so I felt a lot of heat. I felt the the vibration within that organ. And if you have pain, you can share how you're feeling. Yes, Karen.
You said you felt the heat when you're working on that area. My area, or you're talking about your
No,
area?
no, my area. You
Okay,
share
yeah.
what you felt in your area. Yes.
But I don't know if I felt anything. I mean, I can't say that the pain is how do I say it? I don't feel any pain at the moment, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel it all the time. So I think it should be. I'm sure it'll be better. I'm just swinging it a little bit. It seems fine.
If you
So
move it, it's okay.
I just moving it a little bit. I
Yeah.
don't. I'm just swinging it a bit, and it seems okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
Oh,
mean, I haven't. If I put it to my back, it still hurts a little bit. I'm sure these things also can take time a little bit because I'm just very.
yes. Yeah. So, yeah, as I explained earlier, that sometimes it could take time to actually, because the information is passing through the soul, heart, mind, energy, matter levels of that particular aspect. Sometimes it's instantaneous. So when somebody sort of offers you a healing, it could be instantaneous. But when you're doing your self-healing, you have to do it quite a few times. It's like going to the gym. If you have a challenge to lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds, you're not going to lose the 10 pounds in a day. You're not going to realize that, it will take a couple of sessions, as well as, diet control, etc. So it's the same way. You have to practice this every day and, trust that it is going to work. So keep on doing it for a longer time. I've just shown you that you could start off with 5 minutes, but you can, increase the time that you're working on this particular area. So 30 minutes. Start with 30 minutes if you can, if you really want to transform a chronic condition, and then increase it every time. So when you go to the gym, you do actually do more than 30 minutes sometimes. The classes are about an hour. So yeah, it takes practice. But I mean, Karen is a practitioner herself. She can also turn on our hands and offer herself a healing, a blessing, which is another form as well. To receive blessings is another form to transform the area, the negative information. So thank you all for joining. Whoever joined earlier and whoever's watching the recording, thank you, Karen, for joining. Thank you for sharing. Please do try out this technique. It's a very simple technique, but yes, it will take you practice and a lot of sort of make it into a lifestyle change. So if you want to lose weight, you have to go to the gym at least for 6 months to transform your life and look after yourself to transform that, whatever challenge you have, whatever goal you have. And yes, if you do have chronic conditions, make it into a goal so that you can see the transformation. So join me next week as well so that you can receive other tips and techniques on how to transform it. But apart from that, I offer other sessions that actually apply even deeper foundational practices. One of them is the monthly membership, which has 11 sessions, and that's for £60 a month. You get 11 sessions with 3 levels of blessings as well. which the blessings are quite sort of, they add up to about 1,200 quid. But because it's like a transformative session to empower you on the techniques, I've kept the price really low. And apart from that, you receive like bonuses within the membership zone. I've already got some bonuses, and you receive them every time, and I keep on adding on to it as well. And you get the recordings for life, so you can apply the techniques. The blessings are only once, but it's the techniques that will change your life. It's the empowerments. So please join if you can the monthly membership. I'll share the whoever's in my group receive it. Whoever's in the social media groups, they receive the information anyways. It's on my website as well. So if you can, please join. And I love you all. Have a blessed day. Keep on practicing. Even if it's this one practice that you've learned today, try it out. Because as I explained earlier in Master Shah's books, he teaches you the same practices, the self-healing practices, which really help you go deeper. But some of them are at the back. But if you want a recommendation of which book to buy so that you can, please reach out and I will send you some recommendations which you can start applying right now in your life. So have a blessed evening and see you next week, and we'll do something else. We'll probably apply another aspect of our lives, maybe emotional, mental, relationships. And if you have suggestions as well of what topic you want covered, please do write to me and we'll apply it in the future sessions. So have a blessed day. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everyone.